Hello, friends. This is Dr. Jim Sharps with the International Institute of Original Medicine, and welcome to the IIOM YouTube channel. Okay, guys, it's July, and that means summer sun, family greetings, outdoor fun, and of course, plenty of sweating and water loss. So here's the question that you need to ask. Are you really hydrated? So today we want to help you to get the real answer from an original medicine standpoint and share some natural, safe ways to stay energized, clear-headed, and healthy all summer long. Okay, so let's explore the truth about hydration, the role of electrolytes. That's the key point here, the role of electrolytes, and three simple natural solutions that you can start actually using today. So, why is hydration important in the first place? Why is it really more than just drinking water? And it is more than just drinking water. And yes, water is absolutely essential. We're 75% water, 70 to 75% water, just like the planet. The planet is 70 to 75% water. We're an exact template of the planet. And just like the planet requires 75% water in order to function, we require 70 to 75% water. But here's what people are missing. When you sweat, whether it's working out, doing what it's supposed to be doing. When you're working, if you're working out, exercise, running, jogging, biking, doing yard work, or just anything in the heat, you're losing more than just water. You're losing electrolytes, those key minerals, those 84 minerals. Some complexes, 84 minerals that we're made of. We're made of minerals. Just like plants. If you don't have if you don't have minerals in the soil, you can't raise good, healthy plants. We're minerals: potassium, magnesium, calcium, 84 minerals. So you're losing those electrolytes. Those are those mineral salts. And without replacing them, it could get really problematic. You can feel fatigued, lightheaded, dizzy, and even more dehydrated. So you even want to drink more water, and actually you might even be pushing out more electrolytes unwittingly with the excess water that you're drinking if you're not drinking it right. So hydration isn't just about volume of water, it's about balance. It's getting water with the right electrolytes. So the key thing is what happens when you miss that balance. So if you're drinking a lot of water without replacing the electrolytes, especially in hot weather, it can actually dilute your body's mineral balance. So that's the key. And that's when this can lead to things like headaches, muscle cramps, brain fog, weakness, and in advanced cases, things like seizure, passing out, blacking out, things of that nature. Those electrolytes, the electricity, that's what's moving and maintaining that energy in the body. So this is more common than people actually think, and it can happen all of a sudden. So you want to kind of be prepared for it and plan for it. And especially if you're active outdoors, if you're doing exercise, working out in the yard, and especially for the elderly, you really have to be careful because you're in a really vulnerable position. So let's make sure that your summer hydration plan includes those minerals and not just the water, not just moisture. So, what is the best kinds of fluids to put in your body? And number one, you want to skip those artificial sports drinks. Now, many people turn to those sports drinks to replenish themselves after sweating, but those are often loaded with all kinds of refined sugars, artificial colors, and preservatives, additives. And this is not according to God's design. You're not made of any of those things. Those are made by man in a manufacturing facility. The manufacturing facility that God designed for man's body are plants. Those plants, those minerals that are in the ground are put in those plants, and those are powerhouses of minerals that we put into our body. So they're not made of any of those sports drinks. They might be pretty, they might be fancy looking, but it's really not in your best interest. So instead of buying those neon colored bottles at the store and all those nice fancy things with the exciting labels on it, let's explore now some natural homemade electrolytic drinks that work beautifully and in harmony with your original design that will support your health, add the vitality that you have, and help you to maintain that level of vibrance even during these hot summer months. So let's look at some natural, what I would like to coin original medicine-based electrolytic or electrolyte recipes, drinking recipes. So what I want to show you are three of my favorite ways to kind of naturally support your hydration, excuse me, with foods and ingredients you probably already have at home already. And if you don't, they're very easily accessible. So recipe number one, and this is actually my favorite, one that I actually used this past weekend. I was at as many of you may know, I'm a senior athlete. I participate in masters and seniors track and field. And so I participated in 4 events from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. So a lot of time out in the sun. It was hot. And this is what I did. I had this lemonade type electrolyte. And this is very refreshing and gentle and really is loaded with a lot of other minerals that you need. It's one of the richest foods out there. So all you want to do is make sure that you have like about a quart of clean filtered water. Distilled is best, but after that, filtered is the next best water. You don't want to necessarily get mineral water. People think that that's a good way to replace your electrolytes and minerals because it says mineral water, but those are inorganic minerals, which means they're not organized for bioavailability. You can't really assimilate them. Those are minerals that are not organized in the plant area in what is called colloidal form that your body can use. So mineral waters are not in your best interest. And drinking mineral water is like washing dishes with dirty water. You want pure water to wash your dishes, and mineral water is like trying to wash out your cells and providing your electrolytes with contaminated inorganic minerals, which your body stores if you can't get rid of, and it can actually, when you have an overload, it can cause problems. So you want to get either distilled or any kind of filtered water, charcoal filtered, ionized, reverse osmosis. Those are my favorite. But you want to get a kind of a quart of that clean filtered water, and then you want to put 1 or more lemons in it, and then add some raw honey. Or my favorite, what I used this weekend was maple syrup. Now you can add, I'm a big fan of noni juice, so I put in a couple of ounces of Tahitian noni juice in there as well, and that's what I used. I drank about at least 20 ounces of that. Now I did have the pure water also, but that was my fuel. Of course, you're not going to be eating a whole lot when you're going to be doing all of these running events, but what you want to do is you want to be able to have that nourishment. You want to place those minerals, and this was what I used. I used the lemon I put a little bit of raw honey and a little bit of maple syrup, and that was the energy that I worked on, and it worked very nicely. It was hot, it was sweaty, but I was able to maintain my electrolytes, and you will be able to do that also. And you know, that lemon is mineral rich. It provides the potassium, vitamin C, and honey provides the energy, or the maple syrup, the energy. And there's a whole host of other trace minerals in vitamin C, in lemons, like the calciums that you need, etc. So it's a wonderful option for kids, for adults, anyone looking for a light, energizing type drink. So that's my go-to favorite. Another one of my favorites is just pure coconut water. But what you want to do is you want to make sure that it's coconut water that is natural. Coconut water is one of nature's best natural. It's already the juices there, hydrating liquids. And that's also loaded with potassium and other minerals. You keep hearing me talk about potassium. Potassium is the third most important mineral after calcium and phosphorus. And potassium is very important for the brain. So, and the brain, of course, is that managing generator for the whole body. So you want to make sure that brain is working really well. So it has the coconut is rich in that, but you want to make sure that you're choosing 100% pure coconut water, not with all those added sugars or flavors or things of that nature. So that you can use that, and it's great. You can carry it with you. You can take it on your walks, your workout, or just when the heat gets to you. That's a nice, quick electrolytic fix. It has the water in it. Coconut water is mostly water, and then it's all of those other nutrients of the coconut that basically providing those electrolytes for you. So let's look at recipe number 3 of my favorite, and that is basically for those people who are not a fan of drinking plain water. Try adding to your plain water things like watermelon or strawberries or cucumbers, one of my favorite, or mint leaves to your water. It kind of adds a little flavor for it, and it'll leach the minerals out of whatever you put in there, and it can encourage you to have a nice, refreshing, tasty drink that you can use throughout the day. Okay, so now that we talked about getting your electrolytes in a fluid form, what about eating your electrolytes? So let's talk a little bit about how you can eat the electrolytes into your system, okay? And so you're not just drinking fluids all the time. Sometimes you want to use these 32s that we have here to get those chewing muscles going. And so you want to add whole foods to your summer diet, which are rich in those 84 minerals and a variety of those minerals that you need. My favorite go-to, which is what I took to the track meet again, is bananas and dates. They're easy on the system. They don't fill you up. Just a day or two is loaded with the minerals, with the energy. The bananas are easy. Again, it has the potassium in there, and it has the carbs in there, but it's very easy on the system. You don't want to eat anything heavy. Now, if you're not doing anything heavy, avocados are also a very good source of potassium and other minerals. It's one of my favorite go-tos. Avocado, coconut, we talked about already. And a lot of you probably figured out already, one of the richest forms of electrolytes and minerals is leafy greens. They're rich in magnesium and calcium and manganese and a whole host of minerals that promote biofunction, biointegrity, the integrity of the function of all of your organs and systems. They're rich, they're easy to eat, they're light, you can work and have it, etc. So all kinds of leafy greens which you can put in salads, or sometimes I'll be very honest with you, I'll just put a bunch of it in a bowl and just start eating it. After a while, when your taste buds are educated, you don't need a whole lot of extra stuff on it, and actually it starts tasting sweet. In other words, it's not as bitter as it tastes when you're not acclimated to eating a good wholesome diet. So leafy green vegetables is another light form of replacing electrolytes. Another one that's really good is not as light, and you want to proceed intelligently on this, is nuts and seeds. Nuts and seeds are powerhouses of energy, but you can't eat a whole lot of them. You probably don't want to eat more than a handful at a time. But those are really rich also in not only in the minerals, but is a good source of those essential fatty acids that you need, and the protein. Now, believe it or not, even bananas, dates, and avocados have a certain amount of protein in it, and leafy green vegetables. You can get all the protein you need just from those two. But nuts and seeds are richer sources of these amino acids and proteins. But that when you don't want to overdo, number one, and it's a little bit heavier, so you want to be kind of judicious as to when and in what kind of environments you want to have that. And then, of course, it's kind of the last one I want to talk about in in this context of whole foods that are rich in electrolytes is water-rich fruits like watermelon, oranges, cucumbers, any high water content fruit. So you're getting the both. You're getting the water and the fruits and the fruit bearing minerals as well. And so, watermelon is over 90% water, but it's also rich in a number of minerals that you need. And it also is very good for that whole kidney, bladder, urinary tract, keeping that open and functioning at a high level. Of course, the oranges have the vitamin C. Cucumbers, again, has the potassium and calcium and other minerals. So those are some ideas of some things that you want to add to your regimen to be able to eat your minerals. And this is part of God's pharmacy for his medicine, his RX, his prescription for providing the minerals that we need. Uh, that's what we're created from. We're created from the dust of the earth. Those mineral-rich dust. We're a bunch of mineral-rich, dusty people. That's what we are. And he gave us a manufacturing facility called plants to maintain the functional integrity of this minerally generated body that we have. So, how much water should you be drinking? That's the other question that comes up. And there's a simple guideline that you that you see a lot of times, and that is basically what you want to do is take your weight and have half your weight in ounces. So if you're 150 pounds, you want about 75 ounces of water, and you can add more or less based on whether you're sweating. Now, if you're 300 pounds, you don't actually need 150 ounces of water, so you got to use some judgment. So, up to about 180 pounds, that half your weight works pretty well. But then you want to use a little bit of intelligence so that you're not just becoming a camel and drinking so much water that you're developing a dromedary hump on your back. So use some good judgment. As for me, I need about 40 to 50% of my body weight. But I'm usually on a high water content diet. I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables and salads and green leafy vegetables, etc. So the more dehydrated your diet is, the closer you want to be to that 50%. And sometimes, if there's a lot of heat and a lot of sweating, you need a little bit more because you don't want to become dehydrated, but you want to be mineralized, and you want to make sure that that whole kidney, bladder, urinary tract is open. So you want to kind of proceed intelligently. And so you want to kind of see what your thirst level is. One of the ways you can determine whether or not you drink enough water is just look at the color of your urine. If it's very darkish yellow, deep yellow, you're probably not drinking enough water. You don't want it to be as clear as water, but you want to be more on the light yellow, clear side, which is basically a good indication that you're being well hydrated. So if you and the other thing if you're starting to feel a little bit tired, a little bit of lightheaded, things of that nature, that's a good sign that the heat might be getting to you. So that's when you want to start reaching for your fluids, or whatever it is, whether it's pure water or whether it's one of those recipes that we talked about, or some variation thereof. These are all signs. So look at the signs of being hydrated and be very intentional about being hydrated, but being hydrated in a way that you're also maintaining the functional integrity of your body by keeping those electrolytes in there. So here at IIOM, we know that health isn't just physical, it's also mental, it's emotional, it's spiritual. And in John 4:14, it says that whoever drinks the water I give them will never thirst. So understand and be appreciative of your Creator. Look for Him in guidance and counsel. There's no wisdom, there's no counsel, there's no knowledge, there's no power that's greater than the wisdom, knowledge, and power of God. So, seek His guidance, His direction through prayer and just acknowledgement, day in and day out. You'll be amazed at how blessed you would be because we are physical, mental, and spiritual and emotional. We're all those integrated things. So uh, take your spiritual water also. And those electrolytes are the word of God, So there's a lot of good, rich, electrifying, electrolyte enrichment in prayer and Bible study as well. So just remember this kind of a powerful reminder. This whole purpose of this particular recording is to help you to kind of understand that we need to hydrate our bodies physically in the summer, but let's not forget to refresh our spirit with the living water of God's truth as well, so that we're completely enriched physically, mentally, and spiritually. So, in closing, I just want to remind you to kind of think about, are you really being hydrated properly? I hope today's tips help to answer that, help you to be able to answer that with some confidence, with some empowerment. So try one of these natural hydration drinks this week and let us know in the comments which one of these are your favorite, or you might even want to share with the rest of the group one of your favorites. And so take these hydration strategies and use them yourselves and share it with friends, family, and associates. And if you found this video to be helpful to you, please like it below. Continue to subscribe to our channel and share it with those that you think need it. And so we want to remind you that that we're here to help you with original medicine to add 15 to 30 productive years to your life. We want to help you with the most powerful system known to man for preventing and reversing all chronic degenerative diseases, and to help you in this particular case and all of these opportunities that we have to share with you as the valued members of our IIOM YouTube channel, to help you to have a deeper natural appreciation for original medicine, and to remind you that if you want to learn more about original medicine, you can go to our website, iiomonline.org. We offer a variety of courses, certificate level, bachelor's, master's, doctorate, all the way up to the PhD levels, to help you to enrich your knowledge and background to either for yourself, or even if you want to actually have a business or practice or ministry helping others. So stay healthy, stay hydrated, stay healthy, happy, and holy. And we want to wish you a really blessed rest of your summer. And until I see you next time, I want to wish you health, happiness, and God's richest blessings. Bye for now, guys, and God bless.